Hey there everyone, welcome on into VGMporium, video game music and more. Got you another last minute slapped together episode here for you. It's gonna be a short one, only got 5 tracks for you, and it's a pretty interesting one, I think. But before we get really fully into this, I want to give a shout out to a couple people here, and that would be Modal Module and Pocket Ellery. And kind of how it all got started was both of them letting me know through different mediums, so Modal Module through Twitter and Pocket Ellery through Mastodon, letting me know that the Discord link that I provided on Linktree was down for some reason. So I gave them new links and they joined the Discord, and it's pretty cool to know that, some people outside of the circle of folks I've gotten to know online here within the last year, as well as my friends and family, are listening to the show. So thank you, Pocket Ellery and Modal Module, for just reaching out and engaging with me. And I'm trying to do better with interacting with, what I got going on here. And I apologize if I'm not engaging, as much as most people do. It's just, I'm trying to break the 15-year lurker habit and, trying to actually be more, socially interactive online. So, again, thank you so much for reaching out. And one last cool note is that Modal Module is a chiptunist, and he was just part of a collective album called Stratum Shift, which is a collection of, Sega Genesis and PC98, type chiptunes made with Furnace Tracker and Deflamask. And, it was by this group called Kinetic Vibe Mind, so, him and a few other folks, and it's really, really good, and I would recommend you go check it out on Bandcamp, so that's Stratum Shift. So now you may be asking, Rage Cage, what's going on with this here? You got singing going on with your tracks? It sounds like Super Nintendo, but it's got singing on it. What is this? Well, today's episode is PCM Vocals. I'm not quite sure if that should be the right name, but maybe PCM sampled vocals, whatever. It's just vocals used in games that use purely sample channels or PCM channels. So no Red Book audio here. This is all just like recorded vocals being streamed through sample channels, PCM channels, with all that delightful compression and distortion that brings. And heads up, I'm gonna not be getting as in depth with the composer information or other things as usual because like I said, this episode is being thrown together last minute, and actually only have a very limited time to get this recorded for the week. So yeah, here we are, slapdash more than usual. So with that out of the way, let's get this started. The track that we opened up with was Yume wa Owatanai from Tales of Phantasia, composed by Toshiyuki Sekiguchi and Hiroya Hatsushiba. And yes, that is on the SNES, or the Super Famicom. You may be wondering, how would they do that? Well, through this magical little driver made by Hatsushiba. So you may be wondering, how they do that? Well, through the magic of a driver made by Hatsushiba, they were able to take the 8 channels of the SPC 700 and technically turn it into 16. So the 8 channels playing what's you're hearing right now, and then one of those 8 channels being reserved for the vocal, where the other the Phantom 8 channels are kind of have little snippets of the vocal that you're hearing, and kind of throwing it up there as as it's going. I think that's kind of off the top of my head and what I've read recently. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up yourself if you're in doubt of what I'm saying, because I'm kind of in doubt of what I'm saying. But that aside, I do remember when I first played this was back in 2005-ish, is when I was really getting into emulators, and I had saw this game I had never heard of before. I was like, hey, I want to try this, and it was already patched with the English current English patch at the time, so just loaded it up, started playing it, and then when it got to this moment when this song started playing, I was kind of blown away because I had never heard that, because I never heard vocals on the SNES. Of course, you'd hear voice samples and stuff for attacks, grunts, whatnot. But yeah, a full-on vocal thing was kind of just mind-blowing. Even more so because at the time I was kind of a weeb in training, and Japanese was this magical language, and this song was in Japanese, so I was even more double dumbfounded by it. And there was a good possibility at one point I could have gone down the full weeb path, but I got forked to a different path, turning me into a VGM nerd. So here we are. So now we're going to move on, and just to let you know, things are going to get a lot more ridiculous here. So with the next track that we're going to play is Duck Duck Duck, the theme of Duck King, from Real Bout Fatal Fury, composed by Shinsekai, Gakkyoku, Zatsugidan. And that delightfully wacky song was Duck Duck Duck, Duck King's theme, from Real Bout Fatal Fury, composed by Shinsekai, Gakkyoku, Zatsugidan. And this one has been lodged in my brain since I was a teen. So that'd be 15 years ago? Longer than that, 20 years ago. Holy gombo. Anyway, I played this game with an emulator called Coax, which was focused on Neo Geo and Capcom arcades, specifically the CPS 1 and 2. So you can imagine my surprise when I get to Duck King and, this starts playing and, it's thoroughly getting lodged in my head. And ever since then, I just find myself kind of singing it every once in a while. It's a horrifying earworm, but, yeah, no, this is just so ridiculous. Just listen to that. It's just always fun, like, with all of these arcade games. They just, throw in lyrics and vocals, which actually the next two songs are going to be like this. And, yeah, they just have fun with it. They just go for it. They don't care, like, if their English isn't that great or, like, they're saying it right or it's garbled. They're just having fun with it. And this is the point of this episode. It's just having fun with it. Speaking of having fun, here's a fun little story. Sometime shortly after high school, I was really getting into the King of Fighters series, like just getting into like emulating and playing them. And then when I found out that King of Fighters 11 was coming out on the PS2, hey, I ordered that and I saw like Duck King was part of the roster. So I was like, oh, hey, this is going to be cool. They're going to hopefully bring that song back. And they did, though it's called Dub Duck or something like that. And it's just like a full-on, like kind of like hard techno remix of it and no lyrics. I was a little disappointed, but oh well. And before we move on, a little bit of a technical shenanigans here for you sound chip heads. The chip that was used in this cabinet was the YM2610, which is basically the beefed up bro of the YM2608. And what this had was 4 channels of FM, the 3 SSG, 6 channels of 80 PCM-A, and 1 channel of 80 PCM-B. And it is through the 80 PCM-B channel that the vocals that you hear are being played through. And definitely bigger clips than what's going on with the Tales of Phantasia, but still being split up, as you can tell by like going left and right. So now whereas the 80 PCM-A can only has like a set playback frequency and can only play samples that are up to like 1 megabyte of size and will output them as 12-bit. The 80 PCM-B has multiple playback frequencies and can play up samples up to 16 megabytes and output them as 16-bit audio. So all the percussion and the whoop you hear is from the 80 PCM-A. The vocals and the horn stabs are from the 80 PCM-B. So now with that lovely little lesson out of the way, we're going to get into something that's a little bit more dramatic and full of pathos. And so this next track is ... of Tears, Saizo Hattori's theme, from Power Instinct 2, composed by Toshikazu Tanaka.
俺たちの歌を聴いてくれ。どんなに悲しくてどんなに辛くても何も言わない俺だけど黒い仮面の裏側にキラリと光る一粒の涙ああ寂しさの裏腹にこみ上げるこの想いああそんな時叫ぶのさ涙のポパペパブーポパペパブーどんなに 悲しくてどんなに辛くても何も言わない俺だけど黒い仮面の裏側にキラリと光る一粒の涙ああ寂しさの裏腹に込み上げるこの想いああそんな時叫ぶのさ涙のポパペパブーポパペパブー
That was ... of Tears, Saizo Hattori's theme, from Power Instinct 2, or in Japan known as Goketsuji Ichizoku 2, composed by Toshikazu Tanaka. And you can totally imagine just hearing this echoing down the streets as you're passing by a karaoke bar where a salaryman, just having a long hard day, has had many drinks and is pouring out just this great sadness that is within his heart that only salarymen can understand. But where this is coming from is a fighting game. So it's the last place you'd expect to hear a sad spaghetti western karaoke song. But thus is the magic of Power Instinct 2. It's just a pure on just ridiculousness. Again, more ridiculousness. It's parody of a lot of fighting game tropes. Because like the main characters, like the two main rival characters, are these 100-year-old ladies. I mean, one of their special attacks is shooting dentures at you. So what does that tell you? But under the man that this song is for, Saizo Hattori, he is a sociophobe. Like, because an event that happened when he was a child made him not want to show his face to anybody, so he wears a helmet and a mask. He's a ninja in training, you would say. And yes, he has this great fear of just being in huge social public situations and doesn't want people to see his face, and he speaks in like this weird language that nobody can understand except for one character named Pucci, who is a superhero dog man. So this song actually kind of works because, you can imagine this man is just full of sadness. But now that aside, I highly recommend you go check out Power Instinct 2, any of the Power Instinct games. So that includes Match or Melee and a few others as well. And they're just ridiculous, fun times to watch. And if you can play them because it's stupid fun. And now, as you could probably tell, the vocals are getting a little better here. And that's in thanks to the sound chip for this one. And that would be the Oki MSM 6295, which is a beefed up version of the Okum 6258, which was featured in the Namachuke 68 in last week's episode, the Konami Baseball 2-for-1. So this is a 4-channel 80 PCM chip, and when used in the right way, it is capable of speech synthesis. But this is not the case here. This is just being used to stream the sampled audios of the vocals, the guitar, this percussion, and then it's backed up by the YM2203, which is the older bro of the YM2610. Then would be that harmonica sound and some of the backing chords. But now it's time to lift things up here. So this is coming to our next track, and this is taking us back to the Neo Geo. This is Funky Heat Beach Court from Street Hoops, composed by Tatsuya, Kiuchi, and Hiroaki Yoshida.
overtime. Score at the top, time to turn up the heat. Got a pass back, jump shot, ain't nobody gonna be bringing them down. Just a few to go, taking one by one, gonna let them know. Work the ball, looks like you got them beat. Now clear the court, these guys are gonna melt down.
That was Funky Heat, Beach Court, from Street Hoops, composed by Tatsuya, Kiuchi, and Hiroaki Yoshida. And how's that for an uplifter? I mean, Hattori's theme, it's about just being sad and kind of self-doubting, whereas this one's here to tell you, like, you've got this, you're a pro, you're a master, you're in control of the court now. So yeah, when I first discovered this VGM pack on VGM Rips, I knew I had to share it with my buddy Wade. So first thing I showed him, I shared this song with him. He cracked up so bad. It was one of those good laughs that just kind of gets you going too. And this is the kind of stuff that we kind of live for. Is just this weird, ridiculous vocals that are just over the top. So as you can imagine, this is a basketball game. Street hoops, and just this music, it gets you going, it gets you pumped. It's basically telling you that you're awesome, so you can't help but play awesome. So now this one was developed by Data East, but it was released on the Neo Geo arcade cabinet, so the MVS systems and all. And so it uses that same sound chip, the YM2610. So we already know the magic behind these wonderful vocals. Don't really have much else to say on this other than, go listen to it, because the whole soundtrack is like this. It's just really just funky, fun, ridiculous, and you can find it on YouTube. And if it's your thing, go find it on VGM Rips, download that, and listen to it in your favorite VGM player. Mine just so happens to be Modizer on the iOS. It is an app that has been going for the last 12 years. Yes, 12 years. It is one of the first apps I got on my iPhone when I got it back in 2010, iPhone 4. And it's just a really awesome piece of software that just plays, .vgm, .nsf, .spc, whatever it is, you name it. And, the guy's updating it every year or a half or so, and adds more formats, adds more compatibility. So, yeah, definitely go check that out. YoYo FR Modizer. Go look for it on the iOS App Store. That's Modizer. Modizer. This brings us to our last track, and it's a little bit more lighthearted, not as ridiculous as the last three, and a little bit more in line with the Tales of Phantasia song. This is Sakura's song, GBA version, which is I Want You to Know, which was the song originally made for Street Fighter Alpha 2. This is coming from the Game Boy Advance port of Super Puzzle Fighter 2. This was originally composed by Tatsuro Suzuki, featuring the vocals of Yuka Sasamoto and Akari Kaeda. was Sakura's theme, GBA version, originally known as I Want You to Know, from the Game Boy Advance port of Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, composed by Tatsuro Suzuki, featuring vocals by Yuka Sasamoto and Akari Kaeda. And I don't have an exact name for whoever ported it to this version, but I do have, it was done through the Logic State sound driver. And oh boy, that is crunchy crispy. But it's come to be expected with the Game Boy Advance, because the way how it works is that, when samples are played through it, through the direct sound, it gets a little fuzzy, a lot of compression happens, but when you try to run through a whole, vocals and even, instrumental bits in there, it gets, you can imagine it gets kind of really crunchy. Yeah, so how this is working is that the Game Boy Advance had a system in it called the Direct Sound, which had Direct Sound A and B. And these two channels could stream samples either through, sequence data or, in the case of this song, just stream pre-recorded audio. Albeit compressed. Really compressed. Super compressed. Which is probably why the Super Nintendo ports of games on the Game Boy Advance were criticized for their sound, is because the audio was being streamed through those direct sounds, because it wasn't capable of what the Super Nintendo was capable of. And of course it did have the DMG, which is the two square waves, the wave channel, and the noise, which was in the original Game Boy, but it wasn't used here in this song at all. I'm still learning about it, so whatever I just said there, about the direct sound, could be wrong. I don't know. Somebody who may know a lot more about it, reach out to me, let me know. But anyway, about the song, I had a hard time finding it. I actually had to emulate it, pull up No-Cache GBA, load up the ROM. The sound test wasn't immediately available, but thankfully there was the street puzzles, where you could actually go in and just pick a puzzle for each character, and it unlocks certain things, so I just did that. Got this, recorded it with Audacity, and here you go. But then, shortly after that, I did find a YouTube version. But, the fun's in the doing. And the reason why I had to do this is because I couldn't find a .gbs of this, because I guess with however the driver worked on this one, or however, it's kind of hard maybe to rip it. I don't know. That aside, I have memories and nostalgia for this game, because originally when I played it in the arcade, both my mom and I played it at Sunsplash Golfland in Roseville, and we just fell in love with it. My mom had a love for puzzle games, and of course I like Street Fighter, and then this was a cool puzzle game, and then so when I had my Game Boy Advance, I found out there was a port of it on there. I had to go get it. I got it, and playing through it, like I said, there's the street puzzles, and you can unlock all this stuff like sound tests, different little art gallery stuff. And this, when I unlocked it, I was really surprised to hear, again, vocals coming out of my Game Boy Advance, because I had no idea how they were doing this. My little brain was like, yeah, how you what? And even to this day, my mom still uses that same GBA SP to play this game, albeit plugged in, because I'm imagining the lithium battery in that thing is shot. Oh, another fun little factoid is that this song doesn't loop, actually. It just ends abruptly. Fades out, because there is a whole song which is featured on the Street Fighter Alpha 2 and the Super Puzzle Fighter 2 arcade cabinets or games, and this song is just it's just cut down, so I had to cut that little bit out and loop it. I do have it here. I might play it for the end if things time out right. We'll see. And with that, I'd like to say thank you again for coming into VGMporium, and I hope you enjoyed this strangely cobbled together episode. And I'm still somewhat of at a loss what I'm going to be doing next week, because I haven't really thought of what I want to do. I'm not prepared because, my time has been kind of limited lately. But, hey, if you're on the Discord, throw in a suggestion into the suggestion box. I did see yours, Crazy Goji, and I'm thinking about it. It's a tough one. But, yeah, if you want to have a suggestion for an episode topic, yeah, throw it there, or on Twitter, anywhere you can find me, which is, or find the show, which is on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and then you can find it on all your favorite podcatchers such as Spotify, Google, Apple, Stitcher, Amazon, Audible, and then you can find me, Rage Cage, on those same social medias, Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook, and you can find my original music on SoundCloud. And another cool update is that I'm getting ever closer to being ready to start hosting folks. Finally got my internet hooked up. It's been it's been a good 4 years since I've had internet in this house, because Xfinity really burned us. Yeah. But we re-signed the contract with the devil, and we'll see what comes up at the end of the year. And I'm slowly moving everything over to my newish laptop, so hopefully by next month, I'll be ready to start bringing folks on, and you may be hearing other voices than mine. So updates will be coming. So yeah, again, thank you so much for coming into VGMporium, and we'll see what kind of crazy cobbled together paper mache monstrosity I'll have ready for you next week.